this is Jilly Bling. How are you today? I have a project using an online exclusive. So this is something Stampin' Up! Is trying. This is a bundle, and they put it online exclusively. So it won't be published in any of the catalogs, and you could get it while supplies last. And this one became available March 1st. So you're probably saying, okay, where do I see these things? And I was going to explain it and kind of like have a map of where to go, but I'm a person who, if I see it being done, maybe I could figure it out. So, don't mind me. Let me see if you could see this. I'll show you how to get there. Go to your computer, whatever you have. Let me turn this on. At Google, this is how I always do it, is I put in my blog, which is www, I'm going to put it up here, www.jillybling.com. Okay, so there's my blog, and I know many of you subscribe to that. If not, you subscribe right up here. And then click Order Online, and that will take you to my Stampin' Up! Website. Let me see if you could still see that. Yeah. And then it's kind of fun to watch these things flip through here because you see beautiful stuff. And let's go to Shop Now. Online exclusives. You're like, right there. There it is. Online exclusives. Oop, let's go back. And then to go back to it, and it'll rotate through all of them. But right here, see how there's just the two dots? That means that it's going to rotate between the two of them. And all these things are available whenever you like. Shop Now. And online exclusives. See right here? All of these things they just came out with. It's like, I don't even know what this is. This one just came out. Cute as can be. This one looks like it has a punch. These borders. What is this? Rhino Ready Cling Stamp Set. That is so cute. So they're coming out with all these different things. Ooh, I haven't looked at them very hard. Anyhow, let's scroll down. Does that look familiar? That's what we'll be using today. And you could get it in a bundle. Make sure not to get the, like the French one. Irresistible Blooms Bundled Savings. Right there. There it is. And if you're like, Jill, will you just order it for me? Which is fine. If you click on it once, then right up here you could get the item number, 161150. Okay, then that's for the bundle. But there are all kinds of other things. Looking at what is the 1 of 5. See right there how it says 1 of 5? That means that there's 5 pictures to show you close-ups. So I'm going to go back because there is paper that goes with this. Oh, here we go. There's alphabet. There's metallic paper. These little loose frosted dots, which we'll use today. This paper, which is going to be used very soon, because this is a gotta have it. So I'm going to do 5 different things, all with this bundle. And I show you the paper. Yeah, this paper right here. I really like this paper. So that's how you find it. And feel free to ask me if you have any questions. Okay, let's get back to doing what we normally do. So here's part of the bundle. Stamp set, 2 different types of flowers, little freckles, a couple of leaves, and then there's dies to cut out different leaves. The words are great. You know how I like little speckles. So here it is. What do you think? Kind of a fun fold. And I didn't put anything in here. So you can write, hooray, it's your day. It could be for a wedding, just saying. Just came back from, my son got married. It was a beautiful wedding. In the next project we do using this bundle, I'll show you just a few pictures at the end of stamping. Okay, so let's make this one today. Oh, and you know, since I'm thinking about it, there's all kinds of dies in here, including this one. I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to have this one and have the flowers on here? But it does something different other than what I expected. So I used the die and I cut this out. Cool. wait a minute, that stays on the paper. So then I was thinking, oh, I'll put it on black. Ooh, that shows up nice. Then maybe that, so that the flowers could just kind of go around it. But it just didn't work. So somehow, have to use this because it's awesome. I love that. I love this. And look how delicate that is. Okay, now really back to doing what we do. Okay. So all these things have a reason. This one, hopefully we won't need it, but this is a good just in general tip. Okay, you're putting stuff on, the flowers over the flap. Great. Then all of a sudden, why won't it open? Oh, I put a dimensional in the wrong spot. Right there. So I could, and I probably should, peel this off. But if ever you don't want to peel it off, take your embossing buddy, and you know how it has that powder in there? Just tap it, and all the sticky is now gone. So you can make sticky gone on anything if you'd like. Okay, and then these are loose frosted dots. And when you get your package, if you're like, mine isn't that full, I think I have 3 packages in here. I put them all into one, and I love them. Oh, another thing is, you're like, what colors are those? And then the designer paper. You could see I'm getting ready. What colors are those? That's Pretty Peacock, of course. You're like, what are you talking about? There's going to be a color refresh. And I think we'll know on March 21st or 23rd what colors are coming and going and staying. I'm going to show you a few other colors. So, you know, you might be interested. This video is going to go way too long. When I'm doing my Gotta Habits, I pull out things that I like that I think go together. So this is Soft Sea Foam. I think there's Lost Lagoon in here and Pretty Peacock. But isn't that just beautiful together? I'm not quite sure yet, but something with all this. But I just wanted to show you the color and the paper. And once again, since I'm on a roll, look at this one. Something Fancy Dies. Blessing of Home. I like this little stem. And then look at the paper. Look how nice that goes. Isn't that pretty all together? Yeah. Ribbons. So I have 5 piles sitting out here, and they all have, there's something, going to do something magic with them. And I won't go through the other ones. Okay. Frosted dots. We'll do those. Oh, and this card here I copied from Yvonnes Stempelzimmer. Yvonne, her name has an S at the end. Yvonnes, thank you for sharing. I love your design. Okay, and what else? Sharpie. If ever you're stamping and the black doesn't come out as dark as it should, like over the letters, you could do just a little bit of Sharpie on it. And let's hope we don't need this one today. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, right here. Something I should have used when I made the sample. Adhesive sheets. Imagine putting adhesive under the white paper that's going to be die cut. Like this one right here. And to do these, I have one a little bit left from before Stampin' Up! Started making their own. So it has the Sizzix brand on it. But this is what they look like now. So you take just a little bit off. And probably a lot of you are like, it's just like putting a Band-Aid on. What's the big deal? But this works well for me. So see how it's not sticky. Right there, if I were to touch it, I'd have sticky all over my finger. So I'm going to put that on there. Kind of smush it. Make sure it's good and stuck. And then I'm going to peel up just a little bit at a time. Maybe. Let's try the other side. Okay, just a little bit. Keep it stuck down there. And now I think I could get the big bit. I'm going to do like kind of in increments. Just because I've got this stuff on my fingers before, and it doesn't want to come off. It sticks really good. Okay, so that's right where I want it. Now if I pull this out, it's perfectly lined up. And now I have sticker paper. Yay! Okay, so this is going to go on here, and that's for this nice little detailed die cut piece. Okay, so that's done, and it has a sticker sheet on it. This one I just stuck down with glue. This one I know it's going to work much easier, but not quite sure yet. But we'll do that in a minute. Okay, adhesive sheets. Good thing. Let's see. Let's start from the base. I have all these little bits and pieces going. That's always easiest, most direct. So this I'm going to score, because see how it's not folded right in half? And I'm going to score it at, cut it 5.5 by 8.5, score it at 1/2 inch and 5 3/4. Where's my cutter? Okay, so using your score blade, scored at 1.5, and I'm looking right up here. 1.5 by 5 3/4. 5 3/4 right there. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's see how that folds. Good. What's going on here? What happened? 1.5. That looks right. Can you tell who's been stamping today? Okay, where did I go wrong here? 1.5, 5 3/4. Well, it looks right. I know when you guys are in your stamping room, everything goes fine, but not today here. Okay, so that looks good. So this one will stay. And this is thick white cardstock for base. Well, that one, so it's not so bad. So kind of overlapping. And you know in the end it probably doesn't matter, but what is it? At the wedding somebody said, no, I'm not OCD. And then they put them in alphabetical order. OCD. So it would be CDO. I'm DCO. And I'm like, oh, you are? What's that mean? They have to be in alphabetical order. Anyhow, I say that because I'm wanting this to work out just perfect. Which I know some of you all are just like that too. Others are like, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, it's fine now. Okay, so this piece just gets put on here. And on fold cards, I like to use liquid glue, just because, obviously, it holds really well, but it also makes the card like feel a little bit stiff, kind of substantial. It's kind of nice. Ooh, it's raining outside. And if your paper is a little bit too big, I could trim it off the top. Boy, let me see if I can get that off of there. You know, some days Some days don't go as smooth as others, but hopefully if I make all these little whoopses, you all say, I make whoopses all the time too. And maybe we could learn from how we recover from whoopses. You know what? This might make all the difference. Because now I could see the edge of the paper better. Oh, that's good. Okay. Happy Stamper. Happy, happy. Okay, now it's time to try that. This thing. It has sticky on the back. Like a sticker. But it's so detailed. What's coming off? Whoo-wee, look at all those pieces. Okay, that could go away. Go away, stay, go away. Okay, it's going to be worth it in the end. I mean, you could probably sticker everything, anything. Oh, I think that's what we want. It's sticky. Okay, I don't need this on here anymore. So, because this is on my first fingers, I'll just start with this one. And I want to make it kind of straight. I'm not going to push it down too hard in case I need to pull it up. I'm kind of good at pulling stuff up. Okay, I think that's it. I see a little chunk in there. I'll get that in a minute. Okay, how's that? I like it. I like it. Okay, let me get that little bit out. There's pieces everywhere. Oh, there's another one here. I wonder if it's going to leave the sticky behind. Okay, so that worked out. That was much easier than trying to glue it. Trust me. So to get these stuck down, I could really push it, but I'm just going to make sure. Oh, that works good. Okay, use your bone folder to really smush it down. Hold it in place. Get that adhesive hanging on. Look at that now. That's like textured paper. Oh, you could do white on white. That would be pretty. Okay. Oops. That has a sticky on it. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this little bit extra off. So family is here after the wedding, and Tonya is out. They're out wine tasting. I'm like, I want a day at home. Not because I was thinking about all of these 5 piles sitting out, and there's kind of a plan for each one of them. I'm real excited to share this with you. Emma said something at the wedding in the elevator, just kind of random, and it's smart. She said, gosh, after this weekend, she goes, my social gas tank is going to be over full. And she is quite the social girl. And I don't know what she's been doing leading up to this, but it's a good way to put it, is everyone has a gas tank, and there's all different, like there could be big gas tanks and little gas tanks. And so when I was over deciding to stay home and work on this while everyone went out wine tasting. It's like my social gas tank is full. Not really, because tonight we're all going out to dinner. Tomorrow, what are we doing? Tomorrow we have breakfast at the Grange, which is fun. Mama Bill, Kathy, and David, they always, they work it. Just a mess today. So all the rest of us will go and we'll visit them while they're working. Then we'll take Oma out to the newlywed's house. She hasn't seen it in a while. So just busy, busy. Oh, and then tomorrow, Sunday, family dinner. Busy, busy. Filling up that social tank. So, 2 different size flowers. And they're going to kind of be like cut out and layered. And you don't have to do that. You could just do one big and one little if you want. Okay, so let's see. All these things, silver, cut these out. And these little leaves, there's 3 different flavors of little leaves. And I think on this paper you could get 3 groups of them. So 9 little leaves if you want. And when it comes down to it, if ever you have a little paper, you want to use it, hey, might as well do another leaf. Just think about which is the tip and which is the base. Because the base you're going to tuck under the flower. So if I happen to leave this die hanging off the edge of the paper, that's no problem. And then these black ones. Ding! I didn't turn my tablet off. I invited the kids to come to sushi dinner tonight. Okay, so I'm going to cut all this out. You ready? Flowers. Flower, flower. And I'm going to cover up this one for right now, but we'll use it. Oh, hold on. And then 9 little silver leaves. Okay, hold on. And black leaves that want to go on this paper. Okay. So we have stuff. So to put a hint of color on them, I used a dauber. And can you see, let me hold this up. See how these are cut out? So it kind of looks a little bit 3D. So I was thinking, this has dauber and blue on it. What if I put a little bit of dauber down here in blue? And then the little white edge, I was hoping that would stand up against the base of the flower. But it didn't work out very good. So here's where I try to put it around so that, let me cut this one out. So I'm going to answer a question before you ask it. When you're doing this, and if you want your double-decker flowers, you're like, well, that's a big, thick black line there. Where do I cut? And I'm cutting right close to the edge, but I am cutting over the black a little bit. So I'll hold this up so you can see. So this would be cutting outside. Do you see that little bit of white? I don't want a white border. I'm cutting just a little bit on the inside, and it doesn't have to be exact. or precise because the lower layer still has that black outline of this cutout piece on here. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So just somewhere close to the edge on the black. Well, this might be a good way to show you. See how there's just a little bit of a black border? Okay, so now when I put this on here, so this is what I was going for. Like if I sponge this with the blue, it just became a kind of a blue blob. Oh, I was supposed to cut the other one. Well, today is a day in making whoopses and trying to figure out how they're going to work. Oh. Can I put that back together? Oh, look at that. Do you think I could do that? I should just do another one, huh? Just do another one. Keep that. That goes. Okay. There, a new clean one. Okay, so where were we? This one, nope. This one goes onto there. And this one I started cutting. It's just paper, right? Always get more paper. I left I get distracted easy. So while we were gone, we had a pet sitter come and take care of Bo, and he is just so happy to be inside. And he seems very content in everything that happens. But Lily did just fine. She did good. Okay, so that one goes on the little one. Okay, so let's do our flowers with So Saffron, Balmy Blue. Let's see if I had Peacock or what's the other new color? Lost Lagoon. Well, I don't know. Would that color flower look good? I wanted just like a little hint of color. Before Tony left, he came over and he goes, oh, do it really bright. Get that Pacific Point color. Do that. Like, I don't know. So there's going to be a color refresh come with the new annual catalog, which will come out in early May. So we will know about the colors in early April. So about a month from now. I don't know what other one. And that probably means the color families are all going to be shuffled up, and it's like trying to guess what colors are going to stay, what colors are going to go. There's some colors I definitely use a lot. There's some colors I don't use much at all. But others probably love them. Yellow, So Saffron. I hope So Saffron stays. I hope Balmy Blue stays. Okay, just a hint of color. Okay, so I could just layer these on with dimensionals, but you know how sometimes I like to be a little fancy. So I'm going to, I did it with my fingernail. Let's see if that, you could do it with your scissors too. I'm just trying to like fold up the edge just a little bit. So I'm holding on close to the edge. And you know, in the end, I'm not sure that it really shows that much, but I like to think I'm being a little fancy. That other finger was tired. Bo is so funny. He, when he gets up from the couch, and of course we keep him covered with his little snuggly Sherpa blanket. So say he gets up and he goes out, then he goes over to the couch and he stands there and he turns around when he's facing the couch like he's ready to get on it, and he looks back. He's like, "Are you going to come straighten it for me first?" And he does it as he especially does it to Tony. And Tony's in his chair reading his paper. I said, "The dog is waiting for you." And so he gets up and he lifts up the blanket, and there's plenty of room on the couch. He doesn't need the blanket to be lifted up. And he gets there, and then he looks at Tony like, "Okay, now you can cover me up." And it's a big blanket because he's a big boy. And he covers him up, and then Boy, he has a pillow and he puts his head on the pillow and he gets covered up, and then he just looks at you and he's like, "Ah, thanks." And Tony shakes his head. He's like, "I can't believe I'm getting up to cover up the dog and to tuck him in on the couch." Anyhow, all of you that have animals, you know, and you're empty nesters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just, it's kind of wrong, but it's just funny. Oh, I'm still using these. I like my magic dimensionals better. And then on the big base flowers, I'm going to do 3 on each. Notice how I'm putting them toward the center. And that's so I could tuck the little flowers, or the leaves, in underneath the flowers. Oh, you know what I'm thinking. Don't put one. Okay, I could put one down here. I could put a bit, just a little bit right down here. Because, don't do what I did. So if this is going to go here, oh, not good. Okay, maybe I could turn it. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, not good. It's not too late. It's like there's a little bit of give. You get it kind of quick. Okay, or you throw it away. There, that's good. So it just goes on part of the flower. Okay, so what greeting? Let's do the same greeting right down here. Hooray, it's your day. It's kind of flopping up. Hooray. Still flopping up. That'll do it. Hooray! Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so when it comes time to doing the speckles, I have a tip. Speckles, put them on, here about, stamp off. That's in Balmy Blue. And when I did it on the sample, I did some, looked good, put the flowers on. flowers covered up all my little speckles. So you have to do more than you think. So, see, I'm stretching it way out over here. And I don't want it to show up on the white. Stamp off. I have to go a little bit higher than you might think. So if ever you do it and then you cover up all of your speckles, I took a piece of paper and I laid it right here, stamped off, and I did them. It's like, oh my gosh, those came out dark. I even stamped on my little flower, but then I purposely used the embellishments to cover up some of the dark spots. So don't do my mistakes. It's like you're doing a lot of speckles, but a lot of them get covered up. Okay, let's see how those flowers go on now. Build them. That one goes there. Where's the other little one? Okay, so now let's put these on the card front. And my angle is already predetermined, so there's no sticky under my fingers. Like, oh, now look how nicely those show. Yeah, I planned that. Yeah. Go on, hide down under there. Okay, looking good. This one's looking really good. And I don't even have to use Sharpie yet to color these in. Okay, so now this is going to take a minute to put all these little pretty bits on. But I couldn't have pre-done it. So it'll take a minute. Leaf. So there's 3 different leaves. And on Yvonne's sample, she only had, maybe I could try that here, she only had 3 of the black leaves. Maybe I'll try that. She didn't have any of the silver ones. I have to remember how she had them. Well, let me see what we have. Those are the same. This one has a big curve at the top, and that's kind of a medium-sized one. So let me see how it is with just 3. 1, 2, 3. What do you think? Because this one, I kind of like how it sticks out. Because I think when you open the card, that right there looks really good. I'll try less. Don't they say less is more or less? Okay, those can be for something else. So I'm just going to put glue right down the center and a little bit at the bottom, because I kind of like it when it pops up a bit. What do you think? Or should I put more on? I just try to stick with a few. Okay, and then the same thing with, oh, and this one here, see how I chopped off the bottom? But that means I got an extra one out of the paper. But it's going to be tucked underneath the flower, so it doesn't matter. So there's 3 dies. Can I tell the difference from one to another? Well, okay, definitely I'll use this one. I should decide where they go first. Oh, that looks good there. Maybe I'll put a few up here. These could be like the baby's breath in a flower arrangement. Okay, so are you sparkly or not? If you're sparkly, probably use all of them like I am. This one seems to be pointing up that way. Well, maybe if I just turn it upside down. All the ones I have left are pointing to the right. Okay, I'll turn it upside down. Okay, maybe just one. Just one of them could go there. Okay, trying to be artsy. Okay, so those are on. Glue, glue, glue everywhere. So I'll stick these silver ones on. And again, glue just down at the bottom. So this one I don't want the glue to get onto the black panel. Just put it a little bit low. Something that's kind of sticking down there. I wonder if it's like a dimensional or something. This is like deja vu. This is what happened the first time. What's sticking? Oh, nothing anymore. Okay, and now these, I don't want them to stick onto the black, so I'm going to put glue on the top of the silver and tuck them up underneath the flower. Just like that. Hold on there, little leaf. So a gotta have it box is if you get the bundle through me, I would love to send you the 5 card kits because you have the bundle. You already have everything you need, or almost everything you need to make them. And I would love to do that. And my blog again is jillybling.com. Kind of happy I showed you how to get to the online exclusives. Which is fun, something new Stampin' Up! Is doing. Okay, so for the inside, this is how the outside is looking. I'll put the embellishments on in just a minute. Let that dry just a little bit. So the inside, I'm gonna do it like this again. So memento, big flower, and little flower. Here's big flower. Flower, little flower. Okay, and then some leaves. There's 2 different leaves in the set. There's this triple and then the double. And if you look really close at my samples, it's like, you kind of missed it there a little bit. But it's okay. This project, it's just fine. Okay. And then some balmy blue speckles. Balmy blue speckles, stamp off. And I could cut out masks for each of these, but sometimes I'm lazy, like right now. And I'm just going to stamp right over the leaves. Maybe a little bit down here. Okay, that's good. Doesn't take much. Oh, you know what? I just glanced over here. There's 3 embossing folders, and they come as a group, a trio. Look at that one. This is kind of like a crosshatch one. The trio is basic 3D embossing folders. Do they name them? I guess I was trying to name them. Basic 3D embossing folders. Okay, these are them. We'll be using those on a different project here along the way. Balmy blue, doubering. Okay, this card is almost done. I keep on getting sidetracked though. But hopefully, sidetracked, I show you things that are interesting, so it's not so bad. And saffron. There might be enough ink on here from before. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. And glue this in. Ooh. Nope. Nope. Less is more. Isn't that what they say? Less is more or less. Oh, we have to embellish the front. I like embellishments. Okay, so I'm going to put 5 dots of glue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think it's either daffodil or curry in here. Then of course the peacock and flirty flamingo. But there's 3 different sizes in these embellishments. That's the big one. Here's medium. Medium. And then there's a small one. I should get my picker-upper tool. Maybe I'll get my picker-upper tool. Now it's kind of like a test. I can do it. I can do it. So medium daffodil on the big flower and little daffodil. Little. I had one. Little daffodil. Ooh, I like those embellishments. That shininess underneath them just makes them kind of glow. What do you think? Okay, project number 1. Irresistible blooms. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.